Are the only true contenders in the Eastern Conference the Celtics and the Bucks, in your guys' opinion?
Yeah, I really don't see another team. The Sixers and Cavs are the only ones even in that conversation. Everybody else in the East, it's a matter of can they get a first-round win? Because other than that, you're not beating any of these teams in the second round. I really don't think we have to go into much detail here.
What do you think, Riv? Because when I asked you that question, it seemed like you had some hesitancy in your heart.
Win. Wait, what was the question?
This guy doesn't listen. Are the only two contenders in the Eastern Conference the Bucks and the Celtics? No? John?
There's a third.
Cavs?
It's not Philadelphia.
I know that.
Don't you dare say the Knicks.
It's the Cavs.
Oh, thank God.
Why not the
Cavs?
Cavs?
We could have.
Why not the Knicks?
Do you want me to tell you my?
You
you have
made a tier
tiers for the East?
Okay. Well, I didn't have to do the after wild card shit because we don't care about the rest of those teams. You know, like the Nets, the Hawks, the Raptors. We don't really got to get into that.
Respect the Raptors.
No, they're a playing team, but
You've
we
been
don't got to
shitting
get
on them.
They're not good.
cooking.
They're not good. They're 29-31. They're not good. So obviously the best in the East. Celtics and the Bucks have comfortably pretty much assured that they're the top dogs in the Eastern Conference. They're the two best teams in the league. It looks like we are headed for another boring, dragged on, disgusting play of basketball in the Eastern Conference Finals when the Bucks and the Celtics meet, right?
It's boring.
It's not good basketball. It's a lot of fighting and physicality and fat.
Yeah, you like the West where it's just all finesse and shooting.
You know me. I'm a bad guy. And then the top dogs. Obviously, you got the Cavs and the Philly. Cavs. I look at wild cards though. I think the Heat and the Knicks are extremely wild cards, and that's why I didn't answer your question directly because I think conversation does need to be had because look at the Bucks, right? You look at the Celtics. They're tough teams. They're probably the best teams in the East, arguably the best teams in the league. So there's no disputing that. But I look at the Bucks and I think a Chris Middleton injury does what, right? Like if the Bucks go into the second round, I have to play the Cavs, I have to play Philly. What if Chris Middleton gets hurt again? You know, what if because that's a concern now. What if he's banged up again? Then we can see a world where the Cavs or Philly, you know, or what if the Heat get hot again, right? And they play the Cavs in the first round and they beat the Cavs. You know, that's a real possibility. The Heat aren't no slouches. No, we all hate them at the table for the way they play ball, but we can respect the fact that they're a good team come playoff time. We know what Jimmy Butler is. We know what Bam is. We know what Tyler Hero is. But we know in the playoffs, Eric Spo, you can trust him enough that they can beat a good amount of these teams.
Trust that Hero can, not be as good also.
Be something.
Just there.
Yeah.
That's just
So
Hero
I
for
think-
sure.
I liked him.
Who liked him?
Tyler. You.
thought I liked Tyler Hero.
Me and Riv have been notorious Tyler Hero haters.
Yeah, no, I'm
But he's given him his respect this season.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's been good.
But I think the East is such a I think Boston, I think the Cavs match up with Boston, but they don't have any experience really. They don't have they don't have consistent wing depth. You know, I love Evan Mobley. I think if you put him on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, you're okay with that matchup. But at the same time, I think the experience is lacking. They don't have a lot of wing depth. You know, they're really Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland reliant. So I think Philly is an interesting wild card too, because I think in a positive world, you would think they can beat the Celtics and the Bucks, right? Or at least the Bucks, because you think they match up well with the Bucks. You know, I think Embiid, Giannis, you got Harden, Drew Holiday. The Sixers should be better than what they truly are, and it's a shame that we look at them the way we look at them, but they just don't have enough playoff resume to really resonate to we think they can beat them. We think they could beat them.
And we own Philly.
You do. And I wouldn't even take Philly in a series against you guys. But against the Bucks, now that's interesting. I wouldn't take I wouldn't take Philly. I'm not saying I wouldn't take Philly. But I think if you're a Philly fan, respect to Giannis. He's top 2 player in the world. Respect to the Bucks. They're a top 5 team in the league. But if you're Philly, you're looking at the Bucks and you're saying, this is the matchup. Not because they're not a top team, but we just match up better with them than we do with Boston. This is the matchup that we want because this is the matchup that can propel us to Joel Embiid's first Eastern Conference Finals. You know, so I think in the East, it's really favorable on matchups. Like the Cavs are hoping the Bucks and Boston see each other in the second round. They're praying on it because they don't match up well with the Bucks at all. But, understandably, East pretty much sucks. It's just 2 teams.
It is.
And it's
Really?
pretty, yeah.
I just don't understand how you're not all in the Cavs being that third contender.
I'm all into a degree.
I'll say this really quick,
I
John,
mean,
and
regular
then you
season,
can go.
Cavs got our number.
The Cavs can't be a contender to me personally because simple as this, Boston is better offensively and defensively
No.
than the Cavs.
But don't you think Boston
Defensively,
Before we
Cleveland's been one of the best
continue-
defensive teams
but
in the
then
league.
healthy, there is no better defense than the Celtics. That is simple. Healthy, there is no better
They
defense
have
than
better
the Celtics.
Milwaukee.
wing personnel.
Say that one more time.
Milwaukee?
Nah, I like Boston's defense.
All three of
better.
I
these
understand,
teams
but I feel like 1 through 5, when healthy, the Boston Celtics, everyone can defend.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Really, 1 through like 8.
That's fair.
Go ahead, John.
Are the Celtics the best team in the NBA?
I would say yes.
So the Cavaliers aren't a
I
contender
do.
because
I also think they're the best team in the NBA.
I agree.
We
I'm
know you
asking
do.
Jared.
Yeah, we know you
So,
do.
I would agree with you guys. It's the best team right now. So the Cavaliers aren't a contender because the best team in the NBA is better than them.
In the same conference.
So here's my gripe. So last year, did you consider the Grizzlies a contender?
I don't think we did. Did we?
I had
It was
them
wait
as a
and see,
contender.
right?
I had them as a contender.
I think it was more
Imagine
wait
if the
and see.
Grizzlies had an elite half-court offense and a reliable semblance of rim protection.
The Grizzlies also had a wing defender.
So
They still do.
we'll talk about the wins in a second. So this Cavaliers half-court offense with those two guards
Amazing.
is amazing
It is.
because they don't have to juice up the pace and do all the smoke and mirrors. They're like at the bottom of the league in pace, and they don't score a whole lot of points, but they're top 10 offensive rating because when the game slows down and it's all about the half court, those two are dynamic enough of creators. So then the biggest question with the Cavaliers becomes their wings, right? I agree the Cavaliers' wings are a pretty big issue. They have 5 wings. The first is Karis LeVert. Spark
oh my
plug.
God, he sucks.
Spark plug that can play make, and you can't rely on him.
Enough
at all.
with that. He can't do anything.
Spark
Isaac-
plug is super kind. Go ahead.
It is kind.
You're nice.
I know.
He
Talk-
can play
talk
make
to-
was also kind.
Yeah, that was. Talk about Isaac
I'm trying
Okoro.
to be nice. He's a good guy. Isaac Okoro,
Respect him.
elite wing defender.
Thank you.
That is starting to make open threes.
That's all I've been asking for, John. Thank you.
Jetty Osman, shooting
Jesus
plug.
Christ.
Dean Wade, 6'9" shooter
He does not know how to play basketball.
that can cut a little bit and will hold his own
The
defensively.
feel is not there.
Well, he's coming off of an injury.
Yeah,
too.
the feel
Remember
is just.
Dean
It's
Wade.
just.
And the last one is all reliable Danny Green.
That's old, yeah.
old as
Old,
shit.
not old.
Old
Old.
as shit.
What is he, 36? So between those 5 wings, I feel like the Cavaliers have a good enough offensive backcourt and a great enough defensive front court for those at least one of or two of those 5 guys to just make spot up looks and hold their own defensively. 'Cause with how well their
do you
backcourt's
think?
defending, this team is a clear contender. It's not a discussion.
Of course, the only real defender there, though.
Dehls, I got this, Dehls. John, I love you. I love you like a brother. Like the little brother of the group. You have to be serious. Against Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, that 5 wing rotation is dog shit. It's dog shit.
It is
You
dog
know
shit.
it's dog shit.
It is dog shit.
It's like legit not ideal.
Isaac Okoro, is he dog shit?
He's 1. He can guard both of them. And he's 6'5".
But Evan
6'6"
Mobley,
maybe.
you've said Evan Mobley is arguably the best defender in the league. That's
I
another one.
know. I'm standing on that.
So that's 2. That's 2 elite defenders right there.
Yeah.
You put Mobley on Tatum, and you put Okoro on Jalen Brown.
Oh, you're dying with that one.
Are you content? Are you happy?
I'm satisfied.
I mean, I'm okay with the Mobley.
So what happens
The
in that
Mobley and
series?
Tatum, fine.
I think that series goes to 6 games.
I think that'll be a tough series.
Yeah.
Listen, as a Celtics fan, I've seen this regular season against Cleveland, and they have our number. Now, thankfully, we'll have to see them in a second round, if that. First round, there's still some teams like I don't want to place the Heat in the first round. Maybe that's just back-to-back series with them going 7 games.
I wouldn't want to play the Knicks if I were you guys.
I would much rather play the Knicks than the Heat.
Question.
I think so.
Yes,
Are the Cavs
Yeah.
comfortable facing the Knicks?
they should.
And
be.
I say that because, of course,
playing good
shout out to our
basketball.
brother Joel Moran. He asked me
He
to
texted me.
ensure that I bring this up on the podcast.
Sure.
Can the Knicks beat the Cavaliers if they face in a playoff series?
No, but it could be very competitive.
Just like
Why
your,
can't
just like
they?
your argument that the Celtics have a better offense and defense, it's the same thing with the Cavs.
The defense of the Knicks is not that good. No way. The offense of the Knicks, though, is shockingly really
It is,
really
no,
good.
it is, but the Cavs are also great, and they also have better
You
personnel.
are. I think the series would be competitive as shit.
It would be.
You are relying on Julius Randle
It's a fact.
to continue this in the playoffs. Small sample size, but he was dog shit the last time.
He wasn't good.
And then you still had I look at the Cavs and the Knicks. I think starting lineups, I do think they match up well. I'm not saying they don't match up well. I just look at the Cavs, top 10 in offense and defense. They have a playoff machine in Donovan Mitchell.
They do.
They have a rim protector in Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. They have a bunch of defenders. Donovan Mitchell's a solid defender. And they have a pick and roll merchant in Darius Garland. They have a playmaking machine. Like, they have everything you need except a wing defense. But with the Knicks, they don't have a wing offensive machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, Okoro, 6'6", he's big. You trust him on Jalen Brunson.
Machine.
No, I'm saying for defense. You trust him on Jalen Brunson. If Jalen Brunson cooks, Jalen Brunson cooks. You know, you're not going to really stop an offensive player. Mobley against Randall, Jared Allen against Randall. You trust that front court. And then on the other side, you know, Quentin Grimes is a really good defender. But R.J. Barrett is like he looks like he's a really good defender.
Got it.
He has the look, but Donovan Mitchell.
He's not bad defensively. RJ. He's not shit defensively.
It's been rough this year, honestly.
He has been. It's been surprising how bad he is.
Just like non-engaged and just like kind of slow.
He's been trying to focus on offense.
Brunson can get to any.
He stinks.
It's tough. Like, the Knicks are a tough team. I think they make any series they play competitive.
I agree.
think it goes 6-7 regardless of who they play.
And then who would you give the upper hand to, Thibodeau or Bickerstaff?
Oh, easily
Bickerstaff.
JB. Come on. Yeah.
Right now, the Knicks
Typical
would
the
play
worst.
the Sixers in round 1.
That's tough for the Sixers. I'm not gonna lie. They're not gonna get out of that easy.